Hey, Miss Lisa. Just finished up a nice 35-minute walk on the treadmill. Having a treadmill inside your home is definitely a cheat code. I I needed a bottle of water. I was fresh off the treadmill. It's a little dry. It'll pick back up soon. I don't do this live thing often, but it's a lot of subscribers, and I like people, so I want to holler at y'all, see what kind of conversations we can have, and all that good jazz. About to FaceTime my son, so now who is the artist? I don't really hear anything uh unless you beautiful people tell me about it. There's a few I want to say Shannon has sent me a few tracks that I need to check out. I think one was James McCoy Taylor. No, I don't think I ever heard of him. I definitely let me write that down real quick. How your family doing? Everybody good? You playing phone tag with my little daddy. We keep playing phone tag. I said we keep playing phone tag. Yeah. Yeah, I went upstairs to get some water. I'm doing a live stream now. You want to say hello to everybody? Well, I gotta put you in front. I gotta put you in front of the camera first, son. Where your face at so they can see you. Today's his birthday. He's turning 10. My dog. But yeah, um, to hop on the stream. Um, towards the end of it. How about that? We then we can even see if we can get Javon or Makai on here too. Some of the homies. Yeah, see, they say happy birthday, June, but look, Miss Lisa, what you eating? Ooh, what you dipping them in? Ranch dressing? Ketchup? No ranch? All right, yeah, I'm about to check out this track too. They giving me some new music to react to. Hey Ryan, is that your that's your Mustang in the picture? He looked just like his daddy. No, I'm just kidding. They the 2.0. Yeah, they said you was a cutie. I said you look like your daddy. I was I was at Aldi's the other day, and this lady walked up to me. She said, "I just have to tell you, you are so hot." And I didn't know what to say back to her. I was like, okay." Hey, women act real weird to me out in public. I've never been a Mustang guy. I've had a Monte Carlo. Really did. I had a Challenger. I've drove a few Mustangs though. Oh yeah, I didn't had. I'm just like Ryan though. I had to upgrade the vehicle since I done brought the kids. I don't get to drive cool cars at the moment. We got car seats and a bunch of hoodies and basketballs and footballs and cones and what else y'all be leaving in the back seat, Junebug? Yeah, man. Look, have you been watching any of the Big Three basketball? Oh man, it came on yesterday. You do your push ups today? That's dope. You said you could be my mom. So I'm 35, so my mom would be 55 if she was still alive. Uh, which is it's when I was like younger and people were like your mama died young. I'm like no she didn't. But now that I'm mature, I'm like damn she did. Um, but I could say this to my son, son, I don't want you doing this. All right, you listening? But when I was 19, I was dating women that was older than my mama. I was 19 dating women that was like 40, 42, 45. Crazy experiences. Jace, you don't do that, Jace. You hear? I don't want you doing that. Oh, don't fall for it. I will say having my kids young is cool because they're like my little best friends now. I don't think I hear them coming downstairs now. Actually, I don't hang with my peers. I hoop with my homies, but if I got to spend my time, which is the most important currency I have, I want to be with my babies. Uh, I don't know yet. I'm thinking it's Kobe. Yeah, nothing good came from them older ladies. Oh yeah, it's Co Monster. Oh, see, y'all haven't seen my man since he got his new do. Come on, buddy. Y'all are used to seeing him with really, 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 really long hair, and he came to me a few days ago and said, "Daddy, I want to cut my hair off," and voila, it's all gone. Don't he look so good though? He looks so clean, so mature. Yeah, him and JJ look just alike, dude. It's scary. When you cut your hair, all three of y'all gonna look the same. What's up? Can I take a shower in the upstairs? Yes. Um, Drew, I'm on it. Look, hey, Rob, what's up, family? Appreciate you for stopping by. I never go live, and it's some beautiful people in this world that subscribe to the channel. So I just wanted to do this to say I appreciate y'all for watching the videos and liking and commenting and sharing and all that good jazz. Nope, not right now. When I get done with this, I'll come upstairs and help you with the shower, though. See, that's how you hand. Look at you, you handsome, huh? You know that? Because of your daddy. I did that for you. But yeah, when I get done down here, it won't. I'll probably be doing this maybe an hour. Cause I'll come up and help Kaylin get the babies to sleep, and then go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and do it all over. Not really, but if you got some books to recommend, I'll check them out. Uh, I could. I was thinking of doing like a 5 a.m. like live stream gratitude call every morning, but I don't know how many people would want to do that.
5 a.m., Dad.
Watch out, cuz. But then again, I may do like a Saturday, I mean a Sunday evening type thing. It just kind of depends on what works for people. I think I'll do like on the community page a poll maybe to see what time works. But I know it's people that's like in Australia and all kind of things. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do want to have like some. I have a lot of questions to ask. I do like having real conversations outside of doing reaction videos. My thought process is evolving day by day, and I know I can learn from a lot of humans in the world. What time you think would be best, Miss Lisa, or whoever else is watching the stream? What y'all think? Is every Sunday at 6 p.m. good for y'all? Alrighty. I will see you when I see you. When I see you. All right, Junebug. Well, I love you and have a super mega awesome day. Okay. You said what? Okay. Sunday. Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to get either watermelon slices or a whole watermelon. Cut it up. Get you a lemon. Cut the lemon in half. I don't see the thing with lemon juice is not going to give you the same flavor that a real lemon will. But you want to squeeze the lemon on top of the watermelon, and it is fantastic. The greatest snack ever. I promise I would. I be coming through with the snacks. The caramel, apple, and toffee was fire. So you got to try this one. All right, little daddy, love you. Bye. Kids are cool, man. I never thought I would grow up and be okay with spending all of my money on other people, but here we are. Let me write that down. I appreciate you. I've just got into reading like a lot uh, during the pandemic. That's the first time my life slowed down for me. Before then, all I did was consume rap music and ESPN and the propaganda of the world like everybody else. Uh, but once I started reading, it was like, oh, this a whole different reality out here. True story. When I started YouTube, I really didn't even realize that I would just be seeing people all over the world that everybody could see my content. I think if most people thought about that, they definitely would have a different type of social media presence. They wouldn't put out the ignorant content that they do. Because my grandma used to say, "You're a walking resume," but now it's like your social media is your resume on the low. What's up, Cindy? Oh yeah, lemon on the watermelon. It's fire. I didn't. I used to do salt. I used to do sugar. My mama did sugar. I never was a big fan of that, but I did salt on the watermelon. But over the last few days, I started putting lemon on the watermelon. And look here, it is a special creation. Let me just say that. Try it and let me know what you think. No, I haven't read that either. I appreciate you. I'm gonna check it out. My current read is Three Simple Steps. I don't remember who the author is, but my homie Spencer gave it to me when I was at the basketball court a couple weeks ago. It's a business book. I promise you, it is amazing. No cap in my rap. I don't think I'll ever have watermelon without lemon on it again. It's like fascinating how many books are out here in the world that are very informational that just nobody like talks about or that you ain't never heard of. It's just wild. I've never tried the frozen grapes. Never never did that, but that sounds good too. Oh yeah, I'm a big Napoleon Hill read. And I watch a lot of his like master classes on YouTube, the old videos of him talking. I watch a lot of those as well. Bob Proctor is what got me on Napoleon Hill. I don't know how I found Bob Proctor, but I went from Bob Proctor to Napoleon Hill. And I know Think and Grow Rich is his most popular book, but um, Outwitting the Devil like kind of stumped me. Like when I tried to get into reading, it was hard at first. I got an audiobooks. The first book I tried to listen to was The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Square. And at first I listened to like a chapter of it, then I turned back on some rap music. And Outwitting the Devil is crazy because within like the first 5 minutes of that book, it like pull you all the way in when they talk about the devil controlling 98 out of every 100 people and how most people are drifting through life. That book make you want to keep listening to it to hear what happened next. And after I finished Outwitting the Devil, that's when I went to Think and Grow Rich. And at the time when I read Think and Grow Rich, you hear about chapter 12, sexual transmutation, but I didn't really understand the concept of sexual transmutation. But now I get it on a crazy level. And I hope more men can really grab that concept of sexual transmutation because we all are given the ability to create and we come from the creator and you can be distracted creating nothing or you can really have a plan. Your life force is valuable. And I didn't know that for a while. And now that I've learned it, man, look here. The light is on, it's time to shine. They say seek the kingdom first and all the riches be added to you. And everybody is a part of it. I agree. Nothing's. I want to do this a lot. Like I gotta figure out a way to shake the mold and get through the gaps. Y'all gonna help me out with it because we all see what's going on. The shenanigans that YouTube be playing. Like I had a question, and I haven't been able to ask this because like there's a lot of independent rappers that make YouTube content. But how is it that some can get millions of views while some can't get any more than like 50,000 views? If they're all independent and it's all based off of pure algorithm and likes and comments and things like that, then it would seem that most independent artists, which I would think a lot of them are pretty popular, their videos would grow. Yeah, most independent artists don't seem to be doing as well on YouTube, except certain ones. Just an observation I've been seeing a little bit. But shout out to all the independent creators doing their thing without getting the worldly recognition. Uh, Not familiar which one. Which one? Um, Outwitting the Devil or Think and Grow Rich. No, I've heard of Mexican OT. Don't he got a song with the baby? And I don't know who. I don't know if PROF that's an abbreviation or that's like a person's name. If so, never heard of them, gang. That's the other part that's wild is how many artists are in this world that I've never ever heard of, or that like you'll never hear of on the radio. You'll never see them on. Well, I don't even know. Do BET and MTV and VH1 still play music videos? When I was a kid, they had TRL and 106 in Park and Hit from the Streets. But I don't know if music videos come on TV no more. Only time I watched country music channel was when Nelly had that song with Tim McGraw over and over again. That was a banger. Now I'm a big country music fan. Who would have thought? Write that one down too. Even how big YouTube is, with like how many videos get uploaded daily and how many people have YouTube accounts. It's like this is a pretty cool system. Um, that sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, the is it kind of like a Neville Goddard type of read? My wife says she want to put a plant in the background. Y'all think I need a plant in the background? I'm not against it. I really don't care that much, but whatever. He got a verse with Ren. I'm gonna have to check that out. I think it's crazy how Ren ain't like a big artist. I mean, obviously he's known, but like Sexy Red is like everywhere type shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't, that's like a mockery that she get promoted and not Ren. In a society that says they care about mental health, you would think they would promote a mental health rapper. Uh, the Monsters. Never heard of that one either, but we gonna check it out for you, gang. You know you gotta do what the daughters want. I got three daughters when they're my babies. I'm not sure if it's more fun raising sons or raising daughters. Cause your sons, you get to like be a kid all over again, and you do with your daughters, but in a different way. Like I'm down to do the tea parties and all that with my daughter, and watch Frozen 15 times in a row. But with my boys, we could have the WWE Royal Rumble, and I can give them the people's elbow and stuff, you know. Versus my daughter, she always come upstairs crying, saying my boys play too rough, which they do. Yeah, I've seen that quote too. I saw that. I agree with that on the concept of like once you go through like a dopamine detox, then you realize that most of the things that are your vices or your bad habits, the only reason you ever started them in the first place is because they brought you pleasure. And if you do them at a young age, you don't understand how addicting pleasure sources are. So therefore, you keep chasing it and chasing it, and you'll always need a higher source or higher level of it. And then next thing you know, you're hooked on something that's is destroying your life. Like I was telling my sons, we go on a walk every morning. I mean, I take all the kids on a walk just to like get some energy out, and you know, morning sunlight is good for you, circadian rhythm and vitamin D and all that. But I was telling them, you know, the twisted part about life is, let's say you do something pleasurable. The only thing that can top that is something else pleasurable. And then the only thing that can top that is something else pleasurable. And then you've spent this time in this big old circle chasing pleasure, neglecting everything that really matters. And now you got to deal with some pain. Versus when a situation is hard or challenging, you know that up front. And it may discourage you a little bit. But once you complete it, you feel so good. Like the level of pleasure sensors and dopamine that's going for you is crazy. So I just tell my kid that do the most challenging thing first. What they say? Eat the frog. You know, that's a book I've read before, but eat the frog first. And I lead by example with that. I take cold showers every morning. I get up 3 4 a.m. just to get my head right and mental right. Yeah. Social media, something I did that's made me a lot happier. I turned all notifications off on my phone. I deleted Facebook. But not getting a constant barrage of breaking news, breaking news. You know how if you got ESPN on your phone, you get hella alerts. If you got CNN, NBC, Target, Yahoo, Gmail. You just get a lot of alerts all the time, and that's always stealing your attention. And we try to multitask as humans, but that don't really work, honestly. So you gotta really like give yourself time to focus on what's in front of you, and that's not letting people be able to reach out to you and steal your attention whenever they want. That's your most valuable asset. And I unfollowed all, like, I'm not anti women at all. There's just no reason for me to look at women naked on the internet. That's just I just don't want to do that. If I want to look at a woman naked, I go upstairs and have my wife take her clothes off. But I'm just, once again, I understand everything is energy draining for men. Men, we want to feel the emptiness, the release, and women, they like to feel full and whole. So they get off on likes and comments, and men get off on releasing to images of women, the yin and the yang. And once you understand how it works, you put yourself in a position not to fall victim to it. So, like you say, it's crack for kids, it's crack for grown men, it's crack for women. It's social media is it's like water, right? Like I can give you some water to quench your thirst, or I can drown you with water. I could warm your food with fire, or I can set you on fire and you die. Social media is the exact same thing. It's the gift and the curse, and it's all on how you choose to use it. And we got free will. I think mistakes make us perfect. Like without mistakes, you can't grow, you can't learn, you can't advance. Mm. I am a collection of mistakes, of bad choices, of bad decisions. Uh, and in the time, in the moment, you're like, oh my god, I shouldn't have did it. That was terrible. But when you keep moving and you look back, you wouldn't be the person and wouldn't have the insight without making that mistake. Now, if you do the same thing twice, then that's just on you, gang. But um, the best mistakes are the ones that you can learn from and help you grow into a great person. Well, I'm gonna say my name. Hold on. What y'all got planned for this week, though? Yeah, once I took control of my mornings, my life changed. Like, especially having young children. Only right. Yeah. Now getting I got an inversion table, so I wake up early in the morning. I hang upside down for like 3 to 5 minutes. After that, I get up on the pull up thing and I just hang and just let my back just stretch out. Knock out some pull ups and I go over to the dips and I do some dips. Then I knock out some push ups and then I listen to like a little scripture. I'll see what book I want to just listen to a little bit, and then just go from there. But the days that I don't wake up early and don't give my time to get ready, I can be a little thrown off by my kids screaming, "Daddy, we want breakfast!" Blah blah blah. But when I'm the first one up, it sets the tone for the day and it sets the energy for my wife and all that. So yeah, mornings is lit. Man, fall down 7 times, get up 8. We gonna pray for you. We know you Gucci. No worries, no fears. And I'm the same way. Like I think the dopest part about humans, we all the same. Like you can have something that comes in your head and it tries to give you a worried thought or a fearful thought, and that can domino into another one. And I've gotten very good. Like if something come in my head that like try to makes me scared, it's like, fear is not from God, worry is not from God. It's cool to be able to self-regulate yourself because we know what it's like to have anxiety really bad or to have depression really bad and go into these fits of can't control your mental, and you go to a doctor or to a therapist and they give you a pill, and while that numbs you, it never resolves the issue that you're worried about or that you got inside. So I'm really big on releasing. I release the things that no longer serve me. I release the things that no longer serve my higher self. And I say a lot, I release to receive the blessing God has in store for me. And I think a lot of humans would be happier on a daily basis if they release the worries, the fears. And most people that you run into who are stressed out in traffic or in a grocery store, it ain't really you. It's something they hold on to on the inside, and you just are the punching bag for them. So, like I said, if hurt people can hurt people, then we can heal each other. So you got to walk around being able to heal yourself, and then other people will see it, and they'll take the tools and the wisdom that you give them, and they'll apply it to their own life, and then slowly we all evolving like Pokemon in this thing. I was gonna say we shall overcome, but then I watched a documentary that sounds like that was a communist track, and we got manipulated with it. So I don't know. Yeah, the whole gang is rocking with you, Lisa. Even the concept of me being able to like start a channel in my basement and we can pray for somebody that we won't meet in real life, like that's truly beautiful. Because energy is real and collective consciousness is real. Same way when you watch the news and they put a story on and the energy is real low and the music is mellow, so it makes you sad and it makes you feel the energy. We can turn up one time and we can pick up Miss Lisa's spirit and let her know she ain't got nothing to worry about. She Gucci. What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, we riding for you, Lisa. No worries. They say you can. Cool Runnings is a fantastic movie. I'm talking about the Jamaican bobsled team, right? Making sure we're on the same page. I have been going through watching all the old movies with my children. Little Giants, Little Rascals, the original Mortal Kombat, the Street Fighter movie, Sunset Park, Coach Carter. Um, I like Space Jam 1 more than Space Jam 2. Mm, I have not. Let me write that down too. Add it to the list. I appreciate you, family. You're gonna be disappointed in me, Jimmy. I don't think I've ever seen Goonies before, my guy. Uh, what's that movie? Gremlins? Yeah, I need to have them watch Gremlins. I remember that. I don't know what Short Circuit is. Never seen Great Outdoors. Do Where's My Car is a really great movie as well. Um, what else? Back to the Future. We used to call like Best Buy and Circuit City and stuff and ask them, did they have a flex capacitor in stock? Y'all ever did that? Or from Dude, Where's My Car? The Continuum Transfunctionaire. Goonies. Yo, yeah, we gonna. I be watching all the movies with my kids. I have them watch like, you can go on YouTube and type in like Disney one Saturday morning, and they got streams. It's like 8 hours long. So we be watching Recess and Doug and all of the original cartoons, not this now the weirdo stuff that's on TV now. Mm. The classics, all that. My cousin Skeeter, Gullah Gullah Island, uh, Keenan and Kel. Yeah, we watch Good Burger a lot too. My kids really like that movie. Cause everything that's out now, they always adding some sexuality or something to it, and my sons they don't like that. I truly think that this wave of over sexualizing everything is gonna pass. Truly, within the next like 5, 10 years, the kids ain't rocking with it like the middle aged people are. I've never seen a Stand by Me. If that's a movie, I've seen Lean on Me. It's a great movie. I grew up urban, so I've seen almost all of the popular black films. Not really by choice. My mama used to be watching them, and I would just be somewhere in the house. Then some sex scene to come on. Close your eyes, boy. But you know I'm looking. Silly. Oh, we gonna be some movie watching fellas. I'm sure my wife done seen a lot of them. What up though? How you living? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, movies used to be a lot better in the 80s and 90s. We need some Rocky, some Terminators, all of that. Um, I don't. Everything didn't used to be uh, like activist based or crying about something. That's when it was cooler. Even like Rugrats didn't change. They made ain't Phil and Lil Mama ain't even with the daddy no more. She got her a girl. They doing their thing. All these show the Proud Family, that TV show changed. Hella. I feel like people have lost their creativity. Um, but we got a bunch of new artists coming out in the world who watch this channel and they about to start shining their light. And I feel like most of the people who are obsessed with race, they couldn't have grow up in an area where it mattered. Oh yeah, them old cartoons are litty. We watch Looney Tunes a lot as well. My 11 and 10 year olds like that. We watch a lot of old wrestling too. We watched the 1999 Royal Rumble yesterday, and then we also watched, I think it was Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold when they were tag team champions, but had to go against each other, and the match got called off because Stone Cold put a stunner on the first referee, and then Shawn Michaels did sweet chin music on the second referee. Yeah, I don't know what any of them are. Never heard of MacGyver. I no, I've heard of Air Bud, not Air Wolf, and I don't know what A Team is either. I watched Hardball. It was so sad when G Baby got shot. I actually had a friend named G Baby who looked just like the kid in the movie who got murdered. Got murdered over on like 33rd. He went to Central High School. Rest in peace, gang. That's the other part that's like crazy about life. If you grew up in an environment where you've had a lot of friends be murdered, it's like weird talking to somebody one day and then the next day they did. It's like the most surreal thing ever. And I'm still trying to come to grips with it. Like, even though my mom has been dead all this time, it's like one day I feel like I'm gonna get to talk to her again. Like, nigga, where you been at? How you been? What's going on? Not like a fearful conversation, but one day you feel like you're gonna talk to her again. But having so many peers that are dead is a really, really unique experience because in your head you still remember the conversations with them. You still remember the way they like talked. You remember their voice. Like my friend Jeff, I played basketball with him like 100 times. So like, and he got murdered sitting on Kelvin's porch. But I can still remember the day he walked into him like, "Hey, it's this girl named Paige to go to your school. What you think of her?" Like he really liked her, and he was her boyfriend up until he got smoked. Um, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. You know, I liked Hulk Hogan when he joined NWO. All right, question: was you rocking with WCW or WWF? I was more of a WWF fan. My daddy was rocking with WCW. The only Andre the Giant match I've ever seen is the one when Hulk Hogan slammed him. But I know Road Warrior, Hawk and Animal. Who else was some WCW people? I know it was Hawk and Animal. That was WWF, I think. Um, Macho Man, Ric Flair, they was WCW. Oh yeah, I remember Inspector Gadgets and Flintstones. The Flintstones is the reason I say, well, they're one of the shows that have caught me up to the world, like how some words can evolve and other things can't. Like At the end of the Flintstones, their theme song it has "Have a Gay Old Time," which at that time it meant have a happy time, which now means gay means like you gay. Um, and every word is able to evolve in this world, and its meaning can change, except one word that's meant to trigger or be inflammatory to a certain race, but they call each other that word every day on a consistent basis as an uplifting term. So it's really confusing to the masses of people. But who knows why that word can't change, but other ones can. And I'm sure they would, if you put that argument out to the world, they would go get some black professor that goes to Harvard or Columbia or some shit, and they would make up some excuse on why it's okay for people to call each other that, but other groups of people can't say it because they can intellectually talk around anything without answering any question. Did he? I wouldn't have recognized Floyd Mayweather's pilot either. But I'm sure he's getting paid lovely if he's flying Floyd around. I think boxing is crazy when you look at their weight and they be like 140 pounds, 150 pounds, yet they'd knock you the hell out. That's so small as a grown man, 150. Well, I guess I'm 160, 169, so I'm like 20 pounds up. That's still, I can't imagine Floyd Mayweather is 20 pounds lighter than me. That just seems crazy. Oh, you didn't even know who Mayweather was. Wow. Hey, that's dope. Like I don't think that's a bad thing to not know um, public figures. That means you live in a beautiful life, undistracted, unbothered. That's lit. Because there's a lot of people that I wouldn't know who they was. I always say that's honestly, I would love to be super wealthy and not famous. Like if I could keep evolving in the world, yet still be able to walk into Walmart or Family Dollar or Aldi's or Sam's Club or Save a Lot, I'd be beautiful. But I know that won't happen forever. Yeah, probably. Yeah, even that man. I couldn't imagine cutting weight right now. Like me right now being 169, 170, cutting weight to get to 155, 140. God, dude. And I don't even eat a lot now. A lot of times I have one meal a day or two meals a day. I eat a lot of salads. I don't drink soda. I don't have a lot of sweets, so I couldn't imagine how active I would have to be to cut 20 pounds. But man, that's why they deserve the way they getting because that's impressive. Oh, okay, in the 1930s. Well, to me, like I think it's crazy how even the concept of you know racism is still used, but Frederick Douglass had a white wife. Or like I was watching a documentary about Jack Johnson. It said Jack Johnson was known for desegregating more brothels in America than any other man. Like all Jack Johnson was known for was sleeping with white women. It's like, so you mean to tell me this black man in the early 1900s was a heavyweight champion, was going in all white arenas, knocking out white men, and leaving in a car full of white women, and nobody popped his ass? Like, why was he allowed to do that? And if he could do that in 1907, you mean to tell me in 2024 there's still fear? It just once again, once you see through the propaganda, you be Gucci. Yeah, I guess you're right. That's a lot of water weight. I don't know, man. Maybe one day I can try it. I could try to get my body to 155, 150, 145. I'd be so lean. I'd be shredded as a fool. Oh, you could have went to see Mayweather and McGregor. I'm indifferent about sporting events live. I personally prefer watching them on TV. Y'all can let me know what y'all think. But every time I go watch an event in person, it's the experience is never as fun. It's always so loud. Um, it's even they take when you watch it on TV, yes, commercial breaks, but you can move around through your home, go to the kitchen, go to the bathroom. But when you in this arena, it ain't nothing to do but sit in your seat or go to the bathroom where it's a line of 45 people, or go to the concession stand where it's a line of 45 people, and the hot dog is $11 and the French fries are 14, and I don't know. Um, and then I'm sure that McGregor Mayweather had to be packed. The average football stadium is 60,000. I'm sure it was more than that there. So I don't know. I don't like to be in environments where a lot of people, personally. It just don't be the safest. I done seen too many people get shot. I base everything off of safety at this point in life. Man, that would. I know in the high school games around here, I go to a lot of high school games. They still do the national anthem, and I went to a few college events. I think last year, and they did it. But I can see they getting to a point where they get rid of the national anthem at all altogether. Which is weird. Like go to another country and say, like, "Hey, let's get rid of the national anthem for here. Watch what they do to you and probably your whole family." Mm. There's a the book called Rules for Radicals by Sal Alinsky, and it's works masterful if you're trying to, I guess corrupt or overthrow a system. But who was it? Wasn't Stalin who called people useful idiots? A lot of people think they fighting for the right side, and they just God forgive them for they don't know what they do. Yeah, football games are really hard to go see in person. It's so many people, and even if you got good seats, let's say you got like 50-yard line, row 3 or 4, it's still not good to me. Versus sitting at home, it's a good view. I've been to a few Chiefs games, and it's just hard to get good tickets to a Chiefs game. Ooh, fancy. I do want to take my kids to sit courtside of the NBA game one day. That's like a dream of ours. But outside of that, no, I did. I sat courtside at a KU. It was Kansas versus Canada. It was like this exhibition game. I got to sit courtside. I have not seen that movie. I've heard I need to watch it a few times. A lot of people have told me about it. They say it's like the current times we're living in, right? I was listening to the audiobook of Animal Farm the other day by George Orwell, and I was like, man, this is wild. Because you can swap the animals for any group of individuals in the world. I have not. The only movie I've seen about cowboys is Indian in a Cupboard. And I don't even know if you could say that's based around cowboys. Just the little toy come to life, and he pop Little Bear. But I've heard a lot of good things about John Wayne. I always thought cowboys were dope. That was before my time. My daddy wasn't into that. I'm sure my grandpa probably was though. Papa Sonny. I'm tired. And I'm super aligned with the sun. When the sun is starting to set, my body be like, "All right, boy, you know it's time to shut it down." Versus in the morning, I haven't needed an alarm clock in a long time, and I'm always my body be up 4 a.m. I'm ready to go. Oh, you got horses? That's lit. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Oh yeah, I think my kids like that cowboy stuff, so they gonna definitely have to check. Where the fuck I put that pen up? Hey, I'm glad I was able to conversate with you as well, man. Hope you have a beautiful evening and that your week is fantastic. Some bull stuff gonna come up, but you'll handle it whenever it pop up. That's just being a human. 7:22. Yeah, I think I can rock to about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then shower and hit the bed and do it all over again tomorrow. We just get up, we put a brick down, and then do it again tomorrow. And eventually, you got your own brick road. Oh, I need to check that one too. Oh, I got a roster of them. So my youngest is 6 months, and my oldest is 15. And then we got so JJ is 11. He'll be 12 soon. Kobe is 10. He about to be 11. Junebug just turned 10 today. Um, Drudy just turned 6. Georgie just turned 4, and Dreamy is 2. So got the whole squad of them. But kids are cool. I know a lot of people don't want to have children, but I don't think there's anything that compares to raising kids. It makes you become somebody you didn't know you could be, and it make you better. Like I make my daddy a better person, in like a weird way. Like I'm his safety net. But I look at my sons, and everything they do makes me so happy. every step that they take to evolve and to step out and do things on their own, it's really cool. My wife wants more. I don't know if we'll cross that bridge. Yeah, we working on Well, hold on. All of them can swim now, except we doing swimming lessons for my youngest, my 2 year old. She's autistic. She's nonverbal, so we working with her on water. Cause she be throwing us for a loop. She's the coolest kid I have right now. Cause I never know what I'm gonna get from her, and there's no way to be upset or angry. You just gotta. I'm in your world, little mama. What you gonna do? But yeah, she is. She be all over the place. Some days she loves to eat. Other days everything makes her sick. Some days she's laughing for hours on end. Other days she's crying for hours on end. Other days she wants you to hold her and not put her down. Other days she don't want to be touched. But she's a beautiful little soul. And I always say God gives you children to teach you something. And I used to have be really really fast paced. I didn't take breaks. I didn't pause. And having a special needs daughter, you got to slow down. You can't treat her like everybody else in the world. So she definitely has helped me evolve and be more patient and understanding. My boys growing up is fun because they at the age now where like they can't beat me in basketball for real. If I really play against them, but if I let them stand there and shoot, they can knock enough shots down to where I'm throwing they shit in the grass now. I'm stealing the ball if they dribble in front of me. They be getting too comfortable, knocking 3, 4, 5 threes in a row. Like I'm gonna just keep letting it happen. But they keep me in shape. They keep me youthful. They the reason I work out. They the reason I eat healthy. Because we are a team, and I can't expect them to be great if I'm not leading by example. I be telling my daddy, boy, you need to drink some water. You need to get you some resistance bands, some dumbbells. Take care of yourself. He don't listen though. He wake up, he grab his beer, he grab his pack of Newports, and go on about his day. Isn't it crazy that it's so many of these little rappers in the world and you don't hear about none of them until they get murdered? It's almost like somebody's like, wait, let's give a bunch of 16-year-old kids millions of dollars and see if they make it to the age of 22. Like we live in a weird, twisted world. Um, but on the other side of that, I've said a lot. It's not an accident that 51.5% of rappers die in homicide. Like there's a lot of power in the words you speak, and it says social media triggers the left side of our brain more than the right side of our brain. So we get more like engaged and zoned in. And so I don't think it's an accident that the negativity is what rises to the top because people are drawn to negative things for whatever reason. Humans, we got to ask ourselves that. But we love death, we love murder, we love violence, we love destruction. So whoever owns these networks, they know that, and they know your attention is the currency. Once again, where attention goes, energy flows. So I got to shut off the right side of the brain, which makes you step back and question and be creative and be logical and big picture. And I got to zoom in on the left side of the brain, which makes you like super focused. And I think that's why our world has so much negative energy right now, is because one, the negative energy is being promoted to the top via algorithm or whatever. But two, it's because most humans are operating off the left side of their brain and don't even know it. Just a little nerd rant right there. I don't know who that is or what that is. Where the red fern grows. Dig it. I got see. I'll say if I logically thought about life and the world we live, I wouldn't have had kids either. I had kids by accident, which is how most people have them. But once I had them, I knew I didn't want them to live the life that I did or in the environment that I did. But if I don't have children, I don't think I grow up. I'm probably like the rest of these men who are 45 with braids and goats. I just wouldn't have had a reason to get out of the culture because the culture is widespread, and it seems like that's the highest thing to grow up and be this dude that got cars and rims and jewelry and clothes, and that's loser shit. Like, ain't nothing cool about it at all. And the only thing that woke me up from that was my children. The fact that they didn't care that daddy's car had rims on it or had speakers in the trunk. I couldn't turn the speakers up anyway with the kids in the car seat. I'd have messed up their ears. So I am really lucky that I lacked discipline when I was young, because now I've had, and it sounds wild to say I've had 10 children. Like, I've created 10 humans. What else could I have done with that energy? I don't know. We'll have to find out the rest of the time that Johnny's here on Earth. But 10 kids is crazy. 10 little Johnnies. Yeah, I work with my sons on critical thinking as well. And with me having kids with three different women, I get to see that children is a social experiment, because while they're half of me, each set is a half of their mother. So you get to see they flaws, they good, they bad. And like, my dad's an alcoholic, so I know it's possible for me to have addictive tendencies. So I have to trigger or channel that into something positive. Um, and the same with my sons. Like, my boys, they had really, really bad anger problems. And now my monster, the one that was just down here, he's such a beautiful soul, man. He's so happy all the time. Versus my June buck, it's his birthday, and he's back in Texas, and he's slowly falling back into the culture. He got a chain around his neck again, wearing a watch. Says he wants to get a grill when he gets older. He's falling back in the culture. And what I can say as a person who grew up in an urban environment, when you insecure about yourself, the culture is like a blanket. But when you're really comfortable and confident in yourself, you don't want to be a part of that because you see it's destructive and it leads nowhere. Uh, but yeah, Caitlin Clark is the homie. She is to the WNBA what Steph Curry is to the NBA. I was watching her highlights earlier today, and I was telling my sons it's so hard to watch WNBA basketball. But it's easy to watch Caitlin Clark play. Like, I love watching her because you never know what you're gonna get. Like, her hesitation is next level. Her crossovers, her step back, the way she pull up. And while I know she's not the only talented woman in the WNBA, no one has been able to grab my attention when I watched him play. I watched Juju play at USC. Watching her isn't like Caitlin Clark. I watched South Carolina play. They had a dope squad, but man, watching Caitlin Clark play is something nice. And race has nothing to do with it. It's just she got game, and that to me, that's the beautiful part about sports, is that your skin color don't matter. It's can you play or can you not, and it's almost comical that ESPN is trying to play the color game because it ain't ever mattered. It never has. Um, but you got to ride the wave of society. But we all was kids, and we all know what it's like to be lined up for kickball, and every school got a black kid that's unathletic as hell. And it was always like, all right, do you want the chubby white boy or do you want the black kid with the glasses who can't do nothing? Like, give me the white boy. Man. Oh yeah, yeah, they was knocking them down, but they get their shot from their pops. Even watching young kids get good at a sport is beautiful. Like my sons, they're the only two black kids on their basketball team, and then there's a one Indian kid, and then the rest of the kids are white. But when they're on the court, they're just boys playing basketball. Nobody cares if the black kid passes to the white kid and the white kid pass. They're playing sports, and then you fast forward, and they're supposed to be 20-year-old men, and their skin color is all supposed to matter on their demographics and how it's dumb when you see how far the world runs with this narrative. But Booker T. Washington talked about that. He said it's a class of people that's how they make their bread, and it pays to talk about victimhood and oppression and all the ills of the world. And I was just talking to this dude the other day. You know, the crazy part about being in the hood is crackheads say a lot of stuff, and you don't know if it's true or not. But this crackhead the other day, he was like, when I was 9 years old, me and Barack Obama went to the same summer camp. And I didn't know what to say to him. I was like, damn, for real, cuz? Uh, and I don't even know why I brought that up. I just thought that was funny. No, I would just say just being in the city, you never know who you're gonna hear from, who you're gonna talk to. But people are just people. And once you get secure in yourself, you look at all groups and narratives, and you disconnect from. That's why politicians are. I mean, they all are. They have college degrees. They're extremely intelligent. Like the fact that Barack Obama did not go to the South Side of Chicago until he had already graduated from Harvard. That's tell you everything you need to know. Um, because the definition of ignorance is lack of knowledge, and if you don't know something and I know it, I can just keep that from you, and I can lie to you about X, Y, and Z, and you gonna believe me just because we got the same skin color, even though all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Yeah, I don't. Being a kid, I don't remember hearing about racism a lot. I always say my mom's best friend was a white lady. Her name was Terry. I called her my aunt Terry. Her son's name was Bobby, and we lived with her probably about 6 7 years until we moved over to Missouri. And it didn't hit me till I was like a teenager. They're like, wait, it ain't no way Terry was really my auntie because she was white. And she had got in touch with me on Facebook a few years ago when she found out that my mom passed away. And she's still cool. She was a great lady. I was around her when I was 2, 3, 4. I'm sure she changed my diapers. We was living in her house when I was in kindergarten. She was the ghetto white lady, hanging with all the black girls. Bobby is a biracial kid. He might be watching this stream. If so, what's up, Bobby? How you doing? Um, but no, I never knew Bobby was mixed when we were kids. He was just a kid that we played outside with, and I never would have thought I can't play with Bobby because Bobby's half white or Bobby has a black dad and a white mom. Like it never registered my mind. Even now, if I was to see him today, it would not matter that he's mixed. It's just that's my friend that I grew up with. So to see how politicians can manipulate people, how much energy and emotion gets put into it, just there's no way you can say brainwashing ain't real and manipulating people ain't real, and you just got to sit back and just laugh like, damn, bro, this is some black magic, and it's real powerful the way people get pulled into it. Even the controversy over the word nigga, like the way you can trigger somebody's emotions over a word, that's powerful, bro. That's it's powerful. Humans are very easy to manipulate and control. Um, I would I would say it's expected, right? Like I just said, if most people are looking at life through the left side of their brain, which makes you like hyper focused, yeah, like, there's a mental side. There's a book. The rape of the mind is the book that it is. Yeah, the rape of the mind. But no, it's true. Like you're putting people in a world where they're gonna be angry. Like I said, most notifications trigger anger. Most social media algorithms are meant to trigger anger. Um, Most rap music has very deep bass, the chakras throw you off. The food is crazy processed and all type of chemicals. So most people are walking zombies. Like they don't even know how not to be angry. Like think about being a human and everything on the inside of you is operating the wrong way. Of course you're angry. You're going crazy. You don't know why you feel this way. People just need 100% dopamine detox. They need to change what they eat. Like Tupac said in Change, it's time to change the way we eat, change the way we think, change the way we live. Cause the old way ain't working. So yeah, I'm not surprised by the anger at all. If anything, I'm truly shocked that there isn't more anger. I'm shocked that there aren't more school shootings. I'm shocked that there isn't more violence in the world. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a white guy being told that I'm a terrible person for the last 15 years. You know? Like that's the part that I'm surprised it ain't been enough white people like, yeah, I'm tired of this shit. All right, you think we some white supremacists watch this? Like that's what I'm shocked that hasn't happened because I see how easy rap music is influencing young men to kill each other. You know, like it's really easy for fight or flight to take over. And so to see how few and far between the Dylan Roof situations are, that just let me know that that group of young men, they're not taking what comes across the screen as serious as it seems. They laughing it off or um, they don't take it to heart because if they did, I think they would respond a lot more angry and violent. And you see the one-offs on Twitter and stuff like that, but you ain't truly seen a group of people smashing out because they tired of being criticized. I was just telling my wife yesterday. I said, like, not my parents' generation, but my grandparents' generation. If that group of white men could fast forward and see their grandsons, they would say, "What?" They would be the ones just grabbing guns and going crazy. They be like, "Ain't no way, hell, this is my grandson and this is my granddaughter. No, we ain't doing this." Because I know if my grandpa Sonny and Papa and them, if they were still alive, they wouldn't be cool with a lot of things that are going. Like all of the women in my family are single mothers. Like both of my sisters are single mothers. My cousins are single mothers. And I know Papa K and them is sitting somewhere fuming because they was very big on no sex before marriage and you better not wear a short skirt. Like the men that raised them, they wasn't with it. And so to see how in one generation how it has changed so much, dude, man, a lot has changed. Like my grandma and them, we had to take our shoes off when we walked in the house. Grandma had plastic, the plastic on the couch. They had them runner plastic runner things when you walk in. It was a kids table in the kitchen and a grown ups table. We had to stand around in circles before every holiday, and everybody would read a page of the Bible, and we had to pray. And it was no elbows on the table. And you fast forward now, and they got kids just all this reckless stuff. Oh no, no, we didn't have. So this is the crazy story. My wife played me. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. So when I met my wife, I already had 4 children by 2 different women. I wasn't looking to date. I was just looking to be a daddy, trying to figure out life. And she said that she never wanted to date a man that had kids already. So I was like, cool, I can mess around with you for a short period of time and then go about my business. And she had told me that the first time that she saw me with my son and my daughter, that she knew that I would be the father of her children because she wanted her children to get that same experience. I told her she'd have told me that we probably wouldn't have made it because I really didn't want more kids. However, I can say now we've had 4 kids together and they some beautiful babies. I like raising kids; they really cool. And having kids within a marriage is so different than having kids with baby mamas and women that you don't know. Like it's if you are gonna have children, I think you should be married. I can't. And though I get along with one of my baby mamas like 100% now, and the other one we cool sometimes. Um, it's a different type of love that my son can go from hugging mama to hugging daddy in 10 seconds, versus my 15-year-old and my 11-year-old. While they mama don't live far, they see their mom on the weekends and they come back here and they chill with me throughout the week and then they FaceTime her. So I'm not proud that I've created broken families and I do everything I can to make my children feel the full love and the full protection. But I truly think that if you're gonna have kids, you shouldn't be out here recklessly laying down with women. as I would. I didn't value myself at all as a young man. Um, but you live and you learn. But we gonna chill on the having more kids for a minute. I say toddlers are the greatest form of birth control. Because anytime I hear my toddler cry, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear that. But for 9 months from now, you know, I want to get away from diapers. I want to get away from breastfeeding. I just want to let them be 5 and go run at the playground. And I had kids when I was 20, so I've been raising babies since from the age of 20 to now, and I worked at a private school that was Montessori through 12th grade. So I've just always been around kids, and I got a really good relationship with little babies. Like they my folks, not my folks, but I don't know. I wouldn't even see. This is the thing. Like, though, I don't think I'm not into polygamy at all. However, having children with multiple women is like naturally I have to deal with those other women whether I want to or not. And as a man, I know that everything goes through me, and the way my children view a relationship would be based off of how their father presented it. So I I'm extremely respectful to my baby mamas, and I teach my kids realistically don't have kids with women you don't know. So I wouldn't say I'm not in a polygamy because I'm not sleeping with my baby mamas. I wouldn't even want to do that no more. Uh, but I do truly believe in like having healthy relationships for the children, like 100%, 100%. Yeah, no, man, I think what's the name of that book? It's The Rape of the Mind, something Menacide. No, man, I would never want to have multiple women. Like the TV try to make that shit seem cool. Man, I remember having 10 different girls and where you at and why you didn't text me back and who was that with you, and I don't never want to go down that path again, man. Girls showing up at your job, showing up at your mama house, uh calling your job. Now, yeah, you see a lot of people be saying, uh, like the way for a man to get to know women is to talk to multiple women. I say the reason I got baby mamas is because I was talking to multiple women. Versus if I was talking to one, I would have been able to really know who I was talking to. Like, yeah, I don't like her for real. But when you got a roster and you just pulling up on them, sleeping with them, and going about your business, you don't get to know them until they're pregnant by you, unfortunately. So I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Yeah, the Rape of the Mind was published in 1956 by Juste Mirlo. The Psychology of Thought Control, Menacide, and Brainwashing. Oh yeah, you know everybody grandma had plastic on the furniture. Now that's one of the things that I think it's lame how much it's bragged about is having kids and multiple women. Like I could think to some Lil Wayne songs when I was probably 17, 18, when he was bragging about, I think he said he got 4 baby mamas, no baby mama drama, bad chick at home, sleep, I go home and sleep behind her. Future rapped about baby mamas, big timers, my head down to my shoes, riding on 22s, checking my baby mamas and Rovers and Hondas. It was just so normalized. And once again, you a kid and you don't understand what you're hearing. But find me a rap song that didn't brag about having a baby mama. And outside of Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married, how many songs talk about getting married? It ain't many. So I was led down a path of destruction, unfortunately. But I tell my sons the last thing I want them to do is just be laying down, giving their body to any woman, having kids with random women. Ain't nothing cool about that at all. No Nick Cannon, no future on this side. I'm blessed that all my kids live in the same home. That well, 7 of my 8 are with me every day. So there's no greater feeling or greater blessing than being able to wake up and see your children. And I know every day I go to work, no matter how stressful the day is and how tough it is, that the minute I walk through the front door, that my baby's gonna run and give me a hug and daddy. And I ain't even gotta be going all day for real. I can go to the dollar store and go get a gallon of water, a kombucha, and some toilet paper. When I come back home, they gonna act like they ain't seen me in hours. So it's beautiful. Oh yeah, man. That's why I'm so close to my kids, just because my parents unconsciously were like dealing with their own drama and they left me vulnerable to the world. And while I know my kids are gonna grow up and be their own people, I just want to be there if they want to holler at me, if they need somebody to talk to. Because I didn't have anyone to talk to, especially when girls start liking me. It was extremely overwhelming. Uh, like uh, no one lets you know what it's like to be like in a young, attractive man. Like I can remember, I was in seventh grade and I had walked out of summer school art class with my friend Corey. Corey Lemons is her name. I wonder where she at. Shout out Corey. But it was a whole bunch of girls from Paul Robeson. Paul Robeson was the real ghetto school. They already was wearing crop tops and belly button rings and oof. But they was like, "Is that your boyfriend?" And I wasn't even into girls like that. I truly remember like I thought kissing girls was nasty and girls had cooties and I don't know. That's why I can't get all this trans stuff and gay kids because kids aren't born sexual. I wasn't. I was in a Pokemon, my nigga. I wanted to be the white Power Ranger. I wanted to be Shawn Michaels. I was not looking to penetrate a girl. However, it was just a lot of pressure. I was in seventh grade. In seventh grade, a lot of girls liked me, and I can remember in my locker, girls put notes in there. Do you like me? Yes or no? Girls leaving notes on my desk. Will you go to the dance with me? Do you think I'm cute? Just all of that stuff. And you get to eighth grade, and I got a whole bunch of girls asking me to go to the dance with them and stuff and all that. And I had braids, so I got girls braiding my hair every 2 3 days, just all kind of things. And then when you don't want to, and then you don't want to sleep with a girl, so they call you gay. So it's like, hold on, well, now you calling me gay just because I don't right, man. I didn't know nothing about the succubusses, dog. Nobody put me up on game. And then so you get to high school and you got the senior girls, they got cars. So senior girls is driving me to school, senior girls is taking me home in the evening. The senior I play on basketball, so you got the senior dudes not liking me because the girls like me, and it was just always overwhelming. Like truly, like if if I was to tell y'all some of the stories and some of the things I've been through with girls do, like you wouldn't believe it because I've never. I know we got the whole red pill community and men they're upset with modern women, but man, I ain't had to work for nothing in my life. I didn't been flew out every time some shoes came out. I had three different girls buying the shoes and all the colorways. Food was always free. A girl bought me a car when I was 18. Just I women have always treated me very nice. um, but it's something I really didn't want. It's overwhelming. I don't know. It's not cool for people to be obsessed with the way you look because I didn't pick this. This is just what happened when my daddy macked down my mama. Eighth, man, eighth grade, I was in the basketball. I still wasn't in the ladies. Yeah, I agree. My daddy, my homie. My pops is my. I was talking to my auntie yesterday, my aunt Sheila, and she said she's really proud of how I've grew up and overcome the situation. Because that's my dad's sister, but she know what type of daddy I got. She know how violent my parents were and how impoverished we were. And I'm nothing. Like I've learned not to be ghetto. Oh yeah, I already reacted to it, man. It's on the channel. Moneybag Yo and Morgan. Yeah, I already reacted to it. Check it out for me. Let me know what you think. Man, hey, look here. So I always be thinking, like, you know how they be like, oh, girls just want the Chad and the Tyrone. In my head, I'd be like, hey, that's Johnny on the low. I'm reformed, but hey, the guys struggling with women would hate me, dog. Because when I say I don't put in no effort, I put in no, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible. LL Cool J, the ladies love Johnny. Um, my junior year of prom, I had three different prom dates. All three of their dresses matched my tux. No cap. um, I don't know. Just women have always, but that's why I say I don't think men should. I don't want to say shouldn't work or like chase a woman, but if a woman really likes you, she gonna do anything and everything to make herself available for you. So if you just ain't that one, you ain't that one. You gotta just take that L and keep it moving. but if they like you, they gonna make it available for you. Because my wife was in my face every day, and I had no clue. And then one day she said, "Boy, are you stupid? Like, I'm trying to holler at you. What's up?" And I was like, "Nah, I didn't even know. I wasn't paying attention." But true story. I've never tried to holler at a woman in my life. I ain't ever went out of my way to talk to a woman. I, I don't know. It just that ain't really but what I've been focused on. Uh, Dude, my mom thought it was so cool. You should have, you just had to be there. Yeah, I wanted my senior year. True story. I don't know how many. I was everybody's little prom date. I was everybody's little trophy, little cute boy to take pictures with. I was working at Sears, and I remember a lady worked in the Lands End department, and she came over and she said, "My daughter is really, really, really attracted to you. Will you be her prom date?" And I went to prom with her daughter. So I think my senior year, I probably went to like maybe 15 or 20 different proms. No, no caps. So no, for me, truthfully, I wanted to be married. Cause man, one, women don't take no for an answer. Like if they like you, they very persistent, extremely persistent. And the ladies in the chat, they know what I'm saying. But I had done everything but being married. I had 5 girlfriends. I had kids. I don't know. There's nothing that I haven't been able to experience with women. However, being married was like a different challenge. It was a different obstacle, and I felt I was ready for that level of commitment. I was tired of just the random girls and dude. I just man, I got some stories when it come to girls. I was wild, man. With no effort, with no effort, literally. But it's the other side of it's crazy when you got girls pulling guns out on you and all that, man. It's because when you playing with their heart and their emotions, they get real wild, dude. You playing basketball and there's 2, 3 girls in the stands that all got your shirt and your number on there, and man, thank God for growth. Thank God for growth. And the other part is like I tell my wife all these stories. Like I don't want her blindsided to like know what my past was like. Now I was a the one and only Mac without the Roni, to say the least. And now my sons are like some extremely handsome young men, so I gotta help them avoid the mistakes their father made of falling for the ladies. Yeah, and it's like different for my sons now because I grew up in like a really all black environment. Now they got women of all races that find them attractive. So I don't know what I would have done if you would have like I couldn't have been young Johnny in this current society. It's just too many girls. Um, Too many. Like I was 18 and girls was flying me to California. I didn't had girls fly me to Vegas. I mean, you name it, and you like really, dude? Yes. Like the things that you never would have met. I remember I would have girls like call me while they was on the phone with their boyfriend. Like I it just was a lot of things. I was always what pleasure peace say boyfriend number two. So I got this. That's how you really get to know how grimy women are when you decide, dude. They're like, oh y'all evil for real, and y'all super slick with it. So that's another reason I wanted to get married and get out the game is because I started to see how women were able to navigate the world, and they're good at what they do. Once again, how I survived, yeah, oh no, man, I thugged it out somehow, somewhere. And with my kids as well. Truthfully, like I didn't, as a man, whatever sins or shortcomings you have, they're gonna fall in your children, and I didn't want to pass down to my sons the lack of sexual discipline. Truly, like my father right now is still chasing women, and I'm sure most men that's in their 60s and 70s they never get sexually disciplined, and it's crazy that what you're obsessed with at 15, you still obsessed with at 40. And I truly think there's higher pleasures in life than laying down with women. It's a lot of beautiful things to experience, and once again, retaining your seed and it just makes you feel more energetic, more alive. And I want to teach my kids that, but I can't teach them that without being a living example of it myself. So if I'm still running around with 25 different girls, and my son's gonna grow up and want to be like that too. With them seeing me with a wife and a family, they'll know that it's possible for them as well, no matter how ugly the situation is. That ain't got nothing to do with you. If you're a great man, you'll have no problem finding a woman. I don't think you ever will. But you can't like get complacent either, because just because you're great today don't mean you're gonna be great 10 years from now. So I understand it's a daily battle, and if you keep striving forward and going towards your mission, and you ain't gonna have no problem with somebody wanting to hop on the back and strive to reach that goal with you. Well, my one of my baby mamas live in Texas, so my son, his other half of the family is out of town. So I'm kind of dealing with that. I got one baby mama live in town, one baby mama live out of town. Yeah, I saw that too. Um, yeah, I saw that as well. Well, I'm at the age now, like the older I get, it's like I have women sitting around waiting on me to get divorced or trying to see if my relationship won't work, and that's because they're lonely. And then most of the women who I know that have been divorced, like my wife's friend, actually just posted on Facebook that she missed being married. My homegirl Makia, she was married to my homeboy Chris, and they got divorced, and she wants to be married. Every woman that I know that has been divorced, they wish they could be married again, or didn't leave their marriage. So, man, yeah. But married men are winning for whatever reason that is in this world, which is really interesting. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be realistic when it comes to my daughter's dating. I'm gonna have false expectations. But whoever I just tell my daughter like whoever if you're comfortable giving your body to them, make sure you're comfortable with them meeting your father. That's like the only thing I got. Cause my mom, which is twisted, I had women stand in the house with me. So I had in house by the time I was like 13. My mom always said she could keep me away from the streets and away from girls. And her way of keeping me out of the streets, which was terrible at the time, was allowing women to stay at the house. So here nor there, um, they was paying bills and I was laying with them. Terrible. I won't allow my kids to do that though. I think sex at a young age it's terrible for your brain. It destroys your mental. I think I didn't use my full mental faculties as a kid is because I was so sexually active. It dumbs you down in a way, and it makes you less spiritual, pulls you away from God. Man, look, I think cheating is crazy. I remember one time, my mama was cheating on my daddy. My daddy woke me up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Said, "Boo, your mom over there with some nigga." I said, "What?" So me and my daddy get in the car, drive over to the apartment building. It's like on East 36th Street. We walk up to the third floor. Uh, Knock on the door. Some man opened the door. I just start punching him in the face. I don't know who the hell he was. My mama was like, "Boo! Oh my god!" Come to think of it, I don't even know if my mama left with me and my daddy when we left, but my parents are really wild, really crazy. Really, really, really crazy. Really parents. Hey, I appreciate you for joining the live. I think we're gonna do this consistently, as long as everybody agree. I think every Sunday night we're gonna do a live stream. And y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about that 5 a.m. gratitude call. Is that's too early for y'all? You know I'm a morning bird. But I see it is 8 p.m. I got kids to put to sleep. So let me go be a daddy. I appreciate everybody who happened to check the stream. Catch you next Sunday. Have a beautiful week. We out it, baby. Peace.